And children.
Right, right. So yes, the WIC card is also good for these discounts. So maybe you don't have a EBT, maybe you've got no kids, so you don't have the PEBT or the WIC card. What about this one? You could tell me what this is.
Myself,
Mass Health.
myself.
Let's get someone else. You work as a you work in healthcare, so let's give someone else a chance. Marie knows all the answers. Who could tell us what is Mass Health?
Okay.
Alejandro, Carlos, Monica, Enrique, Jorge, anybody?
Teacher, the mass health is a health insurance, but here
Correct.
in Massachusetts, it's like a law for law. If you don't have the enough resources, you can have a benefit or have access to free health here in Massachusetts if you live here.
This is the equivalent from the federal level. This is the equivalent of Medicaid. Medicaid is insurance for people who cannot afford insurance. Mass Health has its own statewide level of Medicaid. So it is discounted health insurance, or in some cases, free health insurance. There's Mass Health Standard, Mass Health Plus, and numerous varieties of it. I'm not going to get into that, but that's what it is. It's a statewide version of Medicaid. All of these programs really are the evolution of President Lyndon Johnson's Great Society program. Before the 1960s, there was no Medicaid, there was no EBT or food stamps, as it was known in the early days. There was no WIC. So if you didn't have money, you were on your own. This is all the late 1960s. President Lyndon Johnson created these programs that are still in existence today. And this would really be the champion of somebody like Thomas Paine or Horace Mann, early founders of this country. And every one of you, if you're rich or poor, whoever you are, should have one of these. Who could tell me what is that?
Library?
Library.
Library.
The library card.
Yeah.
Every one of you, by the time you get to level 6, you should have a library card. Is there anyone who does not have a library card right now?
I don't have.
I don't have.
Today.
I don't have it.
Today.
I
I don't care if you leave this class right now, go get a library card today. Today.
I need to
Now.
apply.
How, teacher?
Now. When I see you next week, you have to have a library card. There's no excuses. No excuses.
But
Get a
teacher,
library
how
card.
can we
Yeah,
take the card? How is the process or where?
I'm going to show you everything. You go to the library and you give them a proof of address. Your ID, your proof of address. Or you can do it online. Even better online. That's it. Get a library card. So I'm going to mute somebody. Here we go. And those of you
can
who are
take
having
the
trouble,
free book or what?
oh yeah, but that's what a library is. Yeah, but there's more than books. More than books. I'm going to show you exactly. A lot more than books. Those of you who are having computer troubles, you can borrow computers at the library. So the library is something you need to be taking advantage of, no matter who you are. All right. It's there for you to use.
Yeah.
So how we can use these in terms of Massachusetts cards to culture. Well, let's take a look at the assignment. When you go, I just posted this a moment ago on Google Classroom, brand new assignment. Here we go. Okay, so every one of you has this in your Google Classroom. All right. Who wants to read? Anybody? Ilse, Jefferson, Carlos, Jorge, go for it. Go for it.
It says, get to know the cultural yeah, cultural institutions around the greater Boston area.
Good.
Read the information attached and plan a trip this summer accessing a free or discounted service.
Yes. So you are going to create your own field trip. Here we go. First, you click. Now, some of you who are having trouble following directions with Ashley's assignment in a Google Doc, this is the same thing. Google Doc, you open the assignment and you answer the questions and fill it out. Here we go. Open the document. Everyone has exactly the same document. Okay. First up, Jorge, you want to keep going?
Sure. Study the information in this link. Must card to culture. Plan a trip this summer, accessing a free or discounted service to a cultural institution in the greater Boston area. Please answer each question in complete sentences, 25
Beautiful.
6 words.
Beautiful. So what does this mean? Answer each question in complete sentences. It means answer each question in complete sentences.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean just turn it in blank and say teacher, what you want me to, it doesn't mean turn it in completely blank and say, teacher, what you want me to do? It means answer each question in complete sentences. That's what it means. So which discounted service will you use? Now that's where you go back here. There's so many, hundreds, many. That's why you take your time, figure out where you want to go. And how will you get there? How will you get there from where you live? That's why I went to the satellite. So let's say I live in Lynn, or maybe I live in Saugus, or maybe I live on Mars. No, let's say maybe I live up in, I don't know, Peabody. Maybe I live down here where I am in Quincy. Actually, you Cleomaine there? Okay. So figure out where you live, because a lot of students really aren't familiar with where they live. They just know, I live in the blue house and I go to buy my groceries over there. They don't know exactly where they are, north, south, east, west. So this is a great exercise to get students to know where they are. And once you get familiar with where you are, if you are north of Boston, if you are south of Boston, west of Boston, wherever you live, figure out where you want to go using this resource. So this is a link I embedded into the Google Drive. Let's see where it takes us. Okay. EBT card to culture organizations. All right. Let's get another volunteer reader for this part. And I'll make it nice and big so everybody can see it. Yes.
EBT card to cultural organizations, find free and discounted admissions to many of the Commonwealth's museums and cultural institutions.
Beautiful.
The Department of Transitional Assistance, DTA, has partnered with Mass Cultural Council to offer free and discounted admissions to many of the Commonwealth's museum and cultural institutions through the EBT Card to Culture program.
Excellent.
Sorry?
No, I just said excellent job. Would anybody else, you're reading beautifully, Marie. Would anybody else like to practice, do some reading?
Yeah.
Who else wants to practice?
Me, teacher.
Go for it, Glaucia.
Residents who receive DTA benefits can get discounted admission by showing their EBT card. Through 2022, these organizations are also accepting P-EBT cards. Read these frequently asked questions for more information.
Beautiful. And anybody else want to read this last part? below is a list of organizations participating in the Cards to Culture program. And then it just says, notice hours of service differ due to COVID-19 protocol. And this is through the end of the year. This was a program started by Governor Baker, who's now working in Washington. It's a great program. I've taken my family to many, many places, free or reduced price because of this program. And I encourage you to do the same. So now we got to know where we live. So for instance, if you live in Cape Cod, is it a good idea to visit a museum in Pittsfield, Western Massachusetts? No, that's going to be a 4-hour drive.
Yeah.
So that's why I want everybody to get their geography straight. So if you live out here in Cape Cod, that's the very tip of the state, kind of like this. You don't want to plan a trip to Springfield or to Pittsfield. You're almost in upstate New York. You're gonna be driving all day long and lose all your money with the gas. So that's why you want to know where you live. So if you live in Worcester, Central Massachusetts, maybe you don't want to go all the way in to Boston. And to go to the aquarium. Find places in the central region where you live around here, because there's a lot. So that's why we want to learn the geography of where we live. And that's what we're going to practice right now. Here we go. All right. Central, Greater Boston region, Metro West, Northeast, Southeast, West. All right. Little geography. Okay. I'm going to ask everybody where they live and ask you if it's Central, Greater Boston, Metro West, Northeast. So this is geography. Which way is this way am I pointing? That's a joke. Okay. So here we go. Glaucian, we already went to Weymouth, our neighborhood in the south. Oh, where do we live? Are
I
we
think
north
it's
of Boston,
southwest.
south of Boston?
I-
Yes, and not southwest, southeast region.
Southeast.
Right, there you go. So let's take a look, and it's not too far from Boston. It's about half an hour into Boston, 20 minutes, half an hour into Boston, the greater Boston. So we're not way south like Taunton, but we're in the southeast region. So let's look at places near us. So if I am Glaucian, I have a lot of opportunities. Here we go. Arts Foundation, Cape Cod, Battleship Cove, $3 per person, up to 2 adults and children. This is in Fall River, not too far from us. A zoo, Buttonwood Park Zoo. That's in New Bedford, Massachusetts. That's close to Providence, almost in Rhode Island. Cahoon Museum of American Art. That's the southeast region. Cape Cod Children's Museum. And we can keep going. Easton Children's Museum. Children's Museum of Greater Fall River. Daniel Webster Wildlife Sanctuary in Marshfield. Marshfield's very close to you. Have you ever been to Marshfield, Glaucian?
Yes.
Yeah. So all of these places you can visit. So now that we have looked at the southeast region, let's find a different area. I'm going to call in a random person. Alejandro, where do you live, my friend?
Sure, I live in East Boston.
East Boston. So that could be, you could say the greater Boston area.
Yes, sir.
All right. So let's take a look at the greater Boston area. All right. So we have a lot of plays here. We have a lot of okay, I just muted Silvana. Okay. So we have a lot of theater Alejandro, do you like theater, dance, music, that sort of thing? Live performance?
Yes, sir.
There's a lot
Teacher, I'm
in
here.
Boston
Sorry,
this
but
summer.
I have
It's
bad
okay.
internet.
No, I was muting you because you were, I could, I just said I had to mute you for a minute. It's okay. So right here, there's $5 tickets to a lot of shows. So definitely something you could check out, and everybody else who lives near Alejandro. Anybody who lives near Alejandro, you could call them after class. Hey, you want to come see a show with me? Let's do that. Great ideas. American Heritage Museums, wildlife sanctuary, walking tours if you're into history. Lots and lots of resources. So get to know all of these resources on your own. Now, let's go back. Does anybody live in the Northeast region?
Teacher,
Mhm.
I'm living out of Boston, like I'm living in
You're in Randolph, right?
it's like suburban of Boston.
Well, is it north of Boston, south of Boston, east or west? I know where you live, but I'm asking
Yeah.
you. Which way? South of Boston, north of Boston?
Let me see.
It's Randolph, right?
Like south of Boston.
Yes. So you're still in the South Shore. Your neighbors, you're around Brockton and Braintree and Weymouth. So you're right around here. Whoa. So yeah, you're right around, there you are, see? Look how close. Did you know you were Glaucian's neighbor and my neighbor? Look at this.
Yeah, I know, because you are in Quincy, right?
Yeah. See, I'm over here and Glaucian is over here and you're just right over there. There you are.
Okay.
Can you see your house?
Yeah.
Somewhere around there.
Mhm.
So you are,
10-minute drive.
what's that, Cleo, man?
10-minute drive.
Where do you live, Cleo, man?
Mattapan.
Mattapan. Okay, so that would also
Yeah.
be you're near Alejandro. Well, not really. You're still greater Boston region.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're greater Boston. So Mattapan, not far from the headquarters in JP. Great, that's greater Boston region. Anybody live far away? Central Mass, Western Mass, all the way out in Cape Cod? Anybody here not know where they live? It's okay. So once you, let's see, once you figure out where you live, look at Central, Greater Boston region, Metro West, Northeast, Southeast, Western region, all the way out to Pittsfield, New York, upstate New York. All of these different places have different museums and theaters and fantastic places to visit. But this is where it gets really tricky. You don't just walk up with your EBT card or your Mass Health card and say, "Let me in." What do you have to do first?
The museum.
What do you have to do first?
You have to go online and buy a ticket?
Yes, you have to reserve a ticket to each one first. And this is where it gets complicated. And this is where you have to really use those English skills. Watch this. So here is my local library. Here is the New England Aquarium. Here is the Children's Museum. Now I'm going to show you the Children's Museum first. Children's Museum has $1 admission on Sunday, but maybe you can't make it on Sunday. What can you do? If you have, you got to go to the website and you got to read their policies. The tickets are full price is very, very expensive. You see a lot of tourists who are willing to pay $40, $50 to go in there. We're local people. We don't need to do that. Let's see how we can make it a little bit cheaper. All right. So there it is, Sunday afternoons, $1. Pretty nice. But what if you can't make it Sunday? And it's very crowded on Sunday. You have library coupons. I'll show you how to do that. And here we are. I'm going to circle. When you go to their website, what's that?
That's quick.
Yeah. If you have an EBT or a WIC card,
Mhm.
so any EBT or a WIC card, you only pay
Two
$2.
per
That's pretty
person.
nice. That's pretty good, right?
Mhm.
So let's say, Marie, when do you have a day off?
Friday and Sunday.
Beautiful. Would you like to take your kids Friday or, well, Sunday's already $1, so you don't need to worry about that. But let's say you want to take your kids on Friday. How do we do that? Let's go to reservations. And then we look at discounted programs. And then we go down here. You see how it says purchase EBT, WIC, or Wonderfund admission. There we go. So we go to first select date and time.
Mhm.
I wish somebody just muted themselves there. Okay, so so we have let's see, tomorrow. Tomorrow they have availability. By the way, if anybody wants to make a reservation for tomorrow. All right, you have morning tickets and afternoon tickets. So if you want to go tomorrow afternoon, you open this up.
Where exactly?
Did you see what I did? Go to the schedule.
Yeah. Okay.
You want to do Friday,
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow? Go to the schedule.
Yeah.
Do tomorrow morning, afternoon, whatever, doesn't matter.
Mhm.
It's coming in from Randolph. You want some time. You don't want to get there at 9 in the morning. I know you have little kids. You're not going to get there at 9 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
$2 EBT time ticket. Sounds good to me. And if you have EBT or a WIC card, one or the other, and I think
It's
they're
better
okay with.
because I have my son has 6 years old right now.
Okay,
He's
so yeah, EBT, whatever it is, you click right here, $2,
Mhm.
1, 2, however many you want. So this says EBT time ticket, WIC time ticket, either one. If you're using the WIC card, using the EBT card, doesn't matter. Just
Okay.
click it, and it's almost like using Amazon. So let's say I want to make a reservation using this. would it just be 2 people, 3 people?
Mm-hmm.
So 2 people. All right.
4 people.
Add to cart. Okay, 4. All right, we'll do 4.
Mhm.
Okay, the maximum is 4. All
Mhm.
right, so there we go. Well, let's add. So 4 people, $2 each. It's going to be $8 for all 4 of you. That's not bad.
Mhm.
And then it'll ask you. They do charge they charge $3 to process it, but that's not the end of the world. It's a lot better than paying $50. And then that's it. You just go to checkout, and then you put in your credit card number or your bank account, however you're going to pay.
So great.
That's it. So that's it. You can go to the Children's Museum for $2 per person plus the $3 transfer fee. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you save money using your English.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
what
great.
about who wants to go to the aquarium?
Oh,
Silvana.
hi, teacher.
Same thing. They have a lot of discounts at the aquarium. If you're a teacher, you can get in with your teacher ID. If you're in the military, you can use a military pass. They have library coupons, Wiki BT. If you have your MBTA pass, the Charlie card, or if you're a AAA member, any one of those will get you a discount. But let's try the same thing. So Sabana, you can do this one. Let's click here. It's a little bit harder to read. I'll make it bigger. So, how many people would you like to go to the aquarium with?
2, please.
2. Okay, so walk me through this. Let's do it together. I'm going to highlight. Let me know if you can read it. If not, I'll make it bigger.
Yes.
Okay, tell us what it says.
Do you want that I read?
Yes, please. So we can all learn together.
Okay. Give me 1 second because I'm in the cell phone and I need to put.
Oh, okay. Or I'll say, well, click here to search available tickets. Right here. Click
Okay.
here.
Yes. Click
Let's
here
see
to
what's
search for
available.
available tickets. Make a reservation for your visit.
There it is. So let's see what's available. And this is for the WIC EBT. It says right here, please be prepared to present your EBT or WIC card. And they're a little more strict than the Children's Museum. They'll say, when you go in, they'll say, okay, now show me your card. So you got to bring it. Okay. All right.
Teacher, I
what's
have
the
a question. We don't have a student carnet because
doesn't say anything
for a
about,
lot.
there's nothing to do with the student card.
No, it's because in a lot of places they ask for us for this for discounts.
Well,